Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is the King and I Life podcast hosted by myself, So Touch of the Poet, and my brother.
So Lex.
Hey, YouTube or the audio. Take your pick, swap and switch, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notifications, and comment and all that good stuff. So Lex, what's up?
Again, you guys, you know what it is, man. We out here on that email. Hit us up. If you want to come on the platform, chop it up with us. We'd love to have you on.
Definitely. So yeah, let's jump back into this conversation, living in different cultures or countries, even states, because hey, states have different cultures and they seem like different countries depending on which one you go to.
I mean, I'm here from the South, and there are some states that their slang is so much different than mine. I'm like, what did you say?
Yeah.
Say that again?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing about that is, again, I'm from New York, but I've been so many places that people say I sound country.
Wow.
I do not have my New York accent, but I still say some words like I'm from up there. But for the most part, my accent is gone.
Yeah, and it's crazy because sometimes, I guess it depends on who I'm hanging out with at the time. Because some people, you know, that come here from the South, they were like, you don't sound like you're from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes people like, man, you sound real country right now. I'm like, hey, just who I'm hanging out with. My accent tend to adapt to my surroundings, but it's all good. It's all love.
Yeah, and another thing is like when you are around the people that you from your birthplace, regardless of how long you've been gone from there, it's like when you talking with them people that are from where you from, you can sometimes feel your native tongue coming back a little bit.
Right.
And it's wild how that works because I've been around people from certain places and it's like, you know, they get around people that are from where they're from and it's like, oh, I hear it. I hear it.
Well, I was like, I remember when I was in high school and I moved back for my last year, my senior year, and because I hadn't lived up north for so long, my actual way of speaking, I talk so fast. People are like, what'd you say? Say that again. So it's kind of like I had to slow down my speech and adapt to, their way of speaking, from the South. And
Right.
Again, that's where I'm at now for the most part. But when I go to different places, it tend to change. And I guess that's just something we as military brats, we picked up.
Yeah. I think some of the people who, in my experience, that do not lose their accent at all are people from Baltimore. And I say that because when I was in Germany, I met this chick from, I want to say she was from Heidelberg. And she was talking, and the way they say dog, they say Doug. And it's like, huh? Yeah. You see that Doug over there? I'm like, that's a dog. That's what I said. I said Doug. Like, what? What is a Doug? And any word that has OG on it, like log, fog, dog, bog, any word with that pronunciation is ugh. So it could be Doug, Fug, Lug. And when you hear them say that in a sentence, you'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? What is a fug? It's a cigarette, a fog. And it's like, I give up. But
Yeah.
I say that to say, when I met that chick in Germany and I heard her talking like that, then to come to Maryland in 95 and go hang out in Baltimore, when I heard them say that, she was the first thing that came to mind. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Couldn't understand it. But just like, yo.
Yep, you adapt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Middle East, Caribbean, Europe, and South America. Those are all places I still have not. Well, Europe I've been in.
Well, I mean,
South
you just came from the
America,
Middle East.
Yeah. South America I haven't gone to yet. And that's
Well, you've
one
been to
place
Costa Rica.
Well, true. Damn it. I guess I have been on all of them.
Yes, but I threw those up there because I wanted to discuss the culture differences, like in each place, like the Middle East. Like when I was in, I can't use Iraq and Kuwait too much because I was on, full military grind. But when I went to Qatar, which is in the what is that? Persian Gulf area. And it's a tiny little country that sticks out in the Persian Gulf. So I went there for a weekend pass. Beautiful place. I mean, beautiful. Went to a restaurant that was on the Persian Gulf, and like it was right there on the water. You look in the water's clear blue. They had a lot of American stores. They had a mall. They had I remember seeing Oshkosh B'gosh and a whole bunch of other things. But the thing about over there is, and I know that you experienced this in Dubai, when you're taking pictures, don't take pictures of the people.
Right.
Because they feel some type of way about that. And when they told us that, I was like, huh? It was like, what do you mean? It just blew my mind. And me being a typical American, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna sneak and take a picture of this joke because I just, want a picture. But I took a lot of pictures of the country and all that stuff. But I mean, it's different over there. It's real different. Again, the food is that much better over there.
Oh yeah.
The air is that much better over there from what I experienced. So talk more about your experience with the culture in Dubai, when you were just over there.
As far as, the people that I encountered, mostly people over there are all about, like I said, about their business. Meaning, you'll pass by them on the street. They might look at you, they might not. It just depends on, what they got going on. But from what I gather, they are all about, let me mind my own business.
Right.
Meaning, I don't really care what you got going on. If we're not crossing paths like that, then I have no reason to partake in whatever it is you got going on.
Right.
Again, as far as conflicts and situational drama, I saw absolutely none. Like one particular situation, this guy pulled into a parking spot right next to the hotel that I was at. And there was like a parking garage right there. But the security guard came out and asked him to move. And it was like, no problem. Like he moved immediately. Wow. And I'm like, nah, if that was in my country, there's going to be some kickback.
A whole bunch.
And then when we went to the desert, it was just so freaking quiet and peaceful. And really? I thought to myself, this is something right out of the movie Dune or the series Dune. Like you could really just sit there and hear absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, because of the people I was with, I heard all of them and their cries. Right. But when I actually had a chance to just sit and observe the desert, it was so freaking beautiful and quiet and peaceful and serene. And I was like, man, I could see why people of this country love the desert.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking one of the guys that was driving us around, like, how many animals do you actually see here in the desert? And he was like, well, I've been doing this for about 8 years, and I've only seen one snake and one scorpion.
That's it?
That's it. He said that's all he ever saw out there. I was like, wow. But the people they're nice. I'm not going to say they're, like totally friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask, for directions or something like that, they'll point you in the right direction and let you leave.
Okay. That's what's up.
Of course, they're allowed to have 4 wives over there, which me personally, I thought was cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool as hell.
That's up your lane, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But when we went to the expo, the 2020 expo, because they didn't actually have it in 2020, it was delayed because of COVID. So they had, this year, the 2020 expo. I saw like 3 wives together, 4 wives together.
Oh, wow.
1 husband and 3 wives or 2 wives. And everything was just kosher. It wasn't like conflict. It was like everybody had a role to play and they played their role.
Wow.
During the expo, I got a chance to get out and see a lot of the other different countries. Their items on display and things along that line. But it was, I can't say kumbaya, but it was just that type of vibe over there. Like everybody's just doing their own thing, man, living their own lives, I guess you could say.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I was over there, I went out with a group of dudes, and we was on a bus tour or whatever the case may be. But when we got off the bus, it's like they looked at us, but they really didn't pay us no damn mind. It was like, okay. And that's totally different from being here, because when you go to certain places, in America, and people notice that you look different from the locals, they looking you up and down and seeing what's good with you. But yeah, I think that I want to definitely visit more places in the Middle East. Dubai is a hot spot for visits and stuff like that, but I definitely want to check it out. Yeah.
One thing I will say that I loved about it though is their speed limit is anywhere from I want to say he said 100 in some areas to 150. And then on the outside of that 150, it's like, go for what you know.
Wow.
There is no speed limit. And I'm like, dude, to tell me that and to let me loose with like a Lamborghini and a Ferrari, oh my goodness, son. I'm finna give it everything she got. But in one particular building, it was like a high-rise business building that was not too far from our hotel. There was 12 Lamborghinis in one freaking parking lot out in front of this building. All different colors, like goddamn Skittles.
Are you serious right now?
Yes. And there were 3 Porsches and 2 of the Lamborghinis were the SUVs. And let's see what else was there. I want to say a couple of high-end Audis, but I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I saw 2 people that looked like us. One of them was in a Rolls Royce, blacked out, and the other one was in a drop-top Lamborghini. red. I was like, go ahead, brother. Do y'all thing, man. I ain't mad at you.
Was they visiting over there or living over there?
I don't know what it was. You know, they're just passing by in traffic. So I'm assuming they were over there either for business purposes or maybe they just had it like that. They were just renting those cars to have fun.
Hey, get it how you live, it's what I say.
That's it.